In this module, we're going to look at the relationship between intelligence and mindset and the idea that intelligence is not fixed and that it can grow. So a good illustration of this would be something that I think is fairly intuitive. Here is the same person separated by 4 years. First one in 2014 is a first year engineering student. And then the picture on the right, 2018, 4 years later, she has now a BS in chemical engineering. So I think it's obvious to say that she is more intelligent in 2018 than she is in 2014, despite being the same person with exactly the same IQ. So, for example, in 2018, she now knows calculus, physics, obviously a ton of chemistry, has better oral and written communication skills, probably a very good problem solver and critical thinker, probably worked as an intern, so she understands how to function in a professional workplace, understands personal finance, being out on her own for several years. And again, the same brain, same IQ, but undoubtedly she's more intelligent in 2018 than she was in 2014. And so how does this intelligence grow? Okay, well, that all begins with this idea of mindset. So we're going to take a look at a short video about mindset, and then we'll come back and finish up the discussion.
Did you know there's a powerful relationship between what we believe about how we learn and our actual achievement? Dr. Carol Dweck studies students' beliefs about intelligence. What she found is that students generally hold one of two very different beliefs about intelligence. Some students have what she calls a fixed mindset. This is the belief that intelligence is a fixed trait that doesn't change much. So like eye color, these students believe you're born with a certain amount of intelligence and there's not much you can do to change it. Other students have a very different belief about intelligence. They have a growth mindset. They see intelligence more like a muscle. They understand that when you put in effort, you can get smarter. What we now know from study after study is that the more students have a growth mindset and believe that they can grow their intelligence, the better they do in school. Students with a growth mindset do better in school because they approach learning differently than students with a fixed mindset. For students with a fixed mindset, their goal in school is to show how smart they are, or hide how dumb they think they are. This makes sense, right? If you think you're just born smart or dumb, you want to make sure you show that you are smart. So this makes fixed mindsetters much less likely to ask questions in class or seek out help from peers or teachers, because that would involve showing that they don't know something. Students with a growth mindset, on the other hand, have the goal to learn, so they're more likely to ask a question if they don't understand, or to seek out help, or try a new strategy if they are struggling. When it comes to the amount of effort you have to put forth, students with a fixed mindset and students with a growth mindset see that differently as well. Those with a fixed mindset actually see effort as proof of low ability. They think that if you have to try hard, that means you aren't very smart. Whereas students with a growth mindset see effort as the way that you get smarter. How students react when they are faced with a challenge or setback in their learning is what really differentiates those with a fixed mindset and those with a growth mindset. Students with a fixed mindset will think that they are not smart and will likely give up on a task. Those with a growth mindset tend to work harder because they see it as an opportunity to learn and grow their intelligence. So if we can all grow our intelligence, are we saying that all students have equal ability? We aren't saying that everyone has the same level of intelligence. Having a growth mindset doesn't mean that you believe everyone has equal ability in every subject matter. It also doesn't mean that we believe some students aren't more talented in certain subjects than others. It means that you believe that no matter where a person is now, they can always improve with effort, good strategies, and help. And that's the number one piece of information you should take away from this lesson. No matter where a person is now, they can always improve with effort, good strategies, and help.
So let's take a look at the mindset pyramid and how mindset really comes into play as a college student. First thing to understand is mindset is a choice. You have to be aware of your mindset and drive it toward a growth mindset. If you do that, then your behaviors change. Okay, so your mindset will drive behaviors. Well, what behaviors are we talking about? We're talking about behaviors such as how you approach studying, how you approach not doing well on an exam. Do you miss class? Do you put your assignments, so they completed on time? So all these positive behaviors that result from a growth mindset, the end result is a good outcome, right? You have good results. Good results feed into that growth mindset. The belief that you can do it continues to drive good behaviors, and you get into this cycle. On the other side, if you have a fixed mindset, then you're typically not going to have the same kind of behaviors exhibited. You'll think, well, I can't do it, so why should I study? I'm never going to pass this math exam, so what's the point? And of course, the results will be very poor, and the poor results reinforce the fixed mindset. So you've got to break the cycle if you have a fixed mindset into a growth mindset and take on the challenge, exhibit the right kind of behaviors, and get the good kind of results that you need. Tom Brady had a fixed mindset. He was kind of upset when he got drafted. He was not highly recommended. He was too slow, didn't have a good arm strength, and so all the scouts said that he would never make it. And so he went to a sports psychologist, and the sports psychologist said, "Hey, you're responsible for your own performance in the world. Don't blame other people." And then Tom's reaction was, it's really a shift in the mind. It's a mindset, right? He had a growth mindset. You can go from being the victim to being empowered. Okay, so a fixed mindset, you tend to want to blame everybody else for not doing well. But once you get a growth mindset, you realize that you are in charge. And so not everybody will be the greatest quarterback in the world, but you can be the Tom Brady of Midlands Tech, right? You can do this, but it all begins with a growth mindset. Okay, so go out there and do well, and see you in a future module.